The great scorching beast named July swallowed Annabelle Cross whole. It unhinged its jaws like a massive snake, slid its body in close for the strike, and finished its prey in a single gulp. In the belly of that monstrous beast, she was slowly, morbidly digested for all of eternity. If I were to write a novel, it would begin like that. Those 3 sentences tell the entire story. The story of life on a boat. The story of life on the water. The story of life always reaching for a fleeting horizon. The truth is that I've come to hate life on the ocean. I've never made a statement as honest as that. I loved it at first. When my father told me I was going to miss school to sail across the world, he was giving me exactly what I'd always dreamed. I was expecting to experience different cultures across each continent we briefly visited before moving on. A part of me also expected to see animals I've only known about from television or National Geographic. I suppose my expectations were much too high, because the scenery never seems to change. It's always the same sky looming over the same water. It's desolate, and certainly mind-numbingly boring. I'm not saying that adventure was impossible to find in the middle of the Atlantic. It was a series of events beginning on a blistering July afternoon that gave me exactly what I'd searched for since we'd left port. The simple truth is what happened dramatically altered the way I view the world. Although I've traveled far in the last 3 years, probably more than any 13-year-old you might know, it's apparently a world I know absolutely nothing about. Before our sailboat came in contact with the doorway of light, I thought that my dad, my brother Brad, and I have a pretty good handle on things coming our way. I guess we live by the adage of life handing you lemons, and you make lemonade and all that jazz. Now I realize how life has a funny way of delivering a swift kick to the brain when you're not even paying attention. What normally happened in front of the boat was of little concern to me because my eyes were usually focused on a book. My thoughts were always a million miles away from my life on the water. After spending all this time traveling the seemingly same stretch of ocean, anyone would desire a mental break for a short while. However, day of all days, my attention was right where it should be. The light was a hard thing to miss. It appeared from nowhere and hovered on the surface of the Atlantic like some sort of beautiful doorway to heaven. Tangled streams of multicolored light moved across the opening in a strange hypnotic dance that pulsed every few seconds like a heartbeat. Ribbons of light stretched toward us like eagerly reaching hands. I shifted my focus from the light and watched my father as he battled for control of the boat. Beads of sweat trickled down his reddened face. He caught me watching him and shouted something. His voice was drowned out by the whirling noise of the light that sounded like helicopter blades chopping at the air. It was either common sense or fear that made me stand from the bench, find balance, and carefully run toward the stern to my father's side. "Why can't we turn away from it?" Brad asked. "I've been fighting it. The sails are catching the wind just right, and I've been trying to steer around it, but nothing is working. Whatever this thing is, it seems to be pulling us in. You two hang on to something," my father said. He continued to fight the ship's wheel, but his efforts couldn't match the hold the light had on us. When the bow hit the light, it released a shower of sparks and swirls of streaming light that raced across the deck and wrapped itself around every surface of our boat. A moment later, my father gave up the fight. He grabbed us and pressed us hard to the deck. His body protectively covered us from whatever might happen as the light surrounded the boat.